Friends, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to invite our chime to sing. It is the little token of mindfulness, and it might actually be the first token of mindfulness throughout our very busy and full days that is intentionally designed to bring us into present time awareness and allow the mind, the body, the spirit to come into some kind of harmony and resonance so that we can begin our practice. So with that, welcome everyone. This is Recovery Dharma. My name is Julia. I'm one of the facilitators in the Spokane Sangha. John, teacher John, normally facilitates on Monday evening, but he has been invited to read one of his poems, I believe at a council meeting or something tonight in Spokane, and so he's there this evening sharing his poetry. And so I will be facilitating our practice this evening. I'd like to share with you a sentiment of metta. Metta is loving kindness. And I make these little cards and I write these sentiments on the back as a way of starting our practice with an intention of metta, maitri, loving kindness. This one reads, "May you take time to care for yourself. May you take time to care for yourself." And let's use this sentiment as a focal point for our practice today, because this particular sentiment, take time to care for yourself, it kind of lands in my mind a little bit off. And I wrote it, which is interesting. So I'm just looking at my own activation and the things that are arising for me. And it just is one of those sentiments that can be shared and really land as lip service. And so the invitation for this particular sentiment of loving kindness is to go beyond the mouth, to go beyond the words, to turn the gaze inward, to go to the level of the heart, and to begin the practice of taking stock of all the subtle things, the big things too, that we do throughout our day that can have the spirit of caretaking for ourselves. Getting up and out of bed is an act usually of care. Allowing the body its natural functions throughout the day is caring for the body. Any amount of hygiene that you did is care. Good food, water, a moment's pause to notice the rain is a caring act for yourself. Any praise that you received today, whether it was issued by your own mind or given to you as a gift by someone else, that is care. Prioritizing this meeting is an extraordinary act of care. All of these things take time. And when we're aware and when we're mindful of the time that we are engaging and we are participating in life, we are actually engaging a mindfulness meditation, because meditation is nothing more than present time awareness. And this present time awareness isn't about making the moment a positive one, although it could be. It's simply an idea of Lo is letting me know that somebody is knocking on our door. Dustin has saved the day. And this is beautiful. Like this little blip, this little detour in the meditation is this wonderful pause of distraction and coming back. Getting off track, having our attention taken away, and then bringing our attention back. And we're totally okay. No harm, no foul. All good. Smiling, breathing, present. This week, friends, we are continuing our conversation of the Brahma Viharas, which is the 4 limitless qualities in Buddhism: loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. This week, we are spending our time, we're prioritizing our time, we are engaging our time, celebrating our time with joy. Mudita. And mudita is a kind of joy that extends beyond just happiness and laughter. Mudita is sympathetic joy. Mudita is the kind of joy that you want to cultivate, say, when you are bearing witness to somebody engaging in something good, something happy, maybe some praise, and at the same time activated within you is something else, like envy, jealousy, frustration, maybe a little anger. And so sympathetic joy is the recognition that part of being human is to experience conflicted mind states where we might want to be happy for someone because we can see a situation that's good. But something within us feels dissatisfied, discontent, upset. And why we take the time to explore mudita is because what happens typically in the untrained mind, in the unpracticed mind, is we start yanking out arrows, the second arrows, and we aim them at ourselves. Somebody's having something good happen to them, we're happy for them, and kind of not, because we're dealing with envy and jealousy and all those other kind of aversion-oriented feelings. And what do? We start harassing ourselves for having those feelings. I can't believe I have this thought. I can't believe I'm so judgmental. What's the matter with me? For someone who is afflicted with great confusion, that individual might get so activated by somebody else's joy, and their activation is so negative that they act on the negativity, they react on the negativity and try to squash another person's joy. That can happen too. Mudita, sympathetic joy in this way, is an invitation to simply notice, wow, look, would you look at that? There's the practice. Here's this person who I'm fond of, and I've got all this activation. I better keep that well boundaried so I don't inflict my malcontent on this other person's joy. We call that sympathetic because, and it's self-caring because look at the sympathy you are offering toward yourself. I'm a human being. I'm having very conflicted feelings for reasons I don't fully understand. Maybe I'll take a moment and breathe and create some space around it and see what I see. Mudita is also appreciative joy. And appreciation is, in some ways, what we all know by definition, to experience someone else and to be in their presence and to have the experience of something good, something joyful, something positive. Appreciative joy also extends to that situation where we might need support, help, guidance. And to allow that in means we have to open the heart. We have to be vulnerable and brave. And we have to allow someone into that space, into that vulnerable space, to be of service to us. We have to receive it. And in that place of vulnerability, we really have to work with that hardened, defensive nature that we've probably spent decades building. And so appreciative joy is a softening. It's an allowing someone to come in and to help, and their joy becomes my joy, becomes your joy. And we're all the better for it. In my receiving someone else's support and help and guidance and joy, I have just given them an opportunity to be giving. And in that space, everything opens, everything softens. Mudita, joy. Joy cannot be forced. It must be breathed, allowed. It is something that you walk into fully. You can cultivate mudita very similarly to the metta practices by imagining someone that is easy to love, somebody who you feel joyful around, and to simply say mantras of joy to this person. May this person have joy. May this person have limitless mudita. Then, of course, you imagine someone who you barely know, an acquaintance, maybe even a stranger, to someone who you don't like, and so on and so forth. But today, I'd like the object of your practice of joy to be yourself. And I'd like you to simply allow yourself to fully embody your present mood. Be it fatigue or enthusiasm. Maybe you feel kind of blah or stressed. Maybe you're a bit bored or intrigued. It doesn't matter. Just whatever is alive for you. Let's sit with that for a moment. And in the spirit of mudita, in the essence of mudita, allow it to be there without any resistance at all, fearlessly. Right here in the middle of joy. Be however you are and breathe. Breathing in, I am aware of my mood. Breathing out, surrounded in joy. Breathing in, I am aware. Breathing out, surrounded in joy. Breathing in, my mood. Breathing out, joy. And for a few moments of silence, just allow that to swirl around in your mind. Allow it to come alive in you and become mantras that resonate best with you. And should your mind wander away, don't give it a single worry. Just bring your attention back to your breath, to your body, to the reality that you are surrounded in an environment cultivating intentionally mudita, joy. friends. One of the most accessible ways to cultivate mudita on a day-to-day basis is one of the spiritual practices of Sati Seva, and that is the cultivation of openness. And openness as an act of being surprised, letting life surprise you, letting something come into your life that shifts the mind, opens the heart, distracts your attention from your mood, and allows you to work with those times where we're kind of stuck in self-pity, anger, frustration. And in those conflicted mind states, we can really get anchored in, dug in, and become very resistant to surprise and joy. And the moment you become aware of it, that's the moment that you step into the smile of life and the wonder it has waiting for you. Let's end our practice today, friends, by simply coming together as a community and taking 3 deep breaths. As you're breathing in and out, notice your eyebrows. Notice if you're furrowing your brow. Notice your mouth and see if you can bring a little smile. Taking a deep breath together, breathing in. Breathing out. Big breath in through the nose. Let it all out. One more big breath in. And out. This wonderful story, and it's going to be part of our dedication of merit, of this spiritual practitioner. And she was by a river and had uncovered this incredible, priceless jewel. And she was wiping it off of all the dirt and grime and just marveling at how beautiful it was. And someone else came along and was like, oh my God, and kind of tempted to take it. And she could see sympathetically how desperately this person wanted it. And so she just was like, here you go, have it. And so this guy, this hungry ghost type guy, took it and went off and was so happy. And then the next day came back and found her again by the river, just meditating, and said, I need to know the treasure that you possess that allowed you to give up that priceless gem without a second thought. And that's what we're doing here, friends. We're cultivating this precious gem, this priceless treasure that is within each of us. We're excavating it slowly but surely. And may we just keep returning to it over and over and over again, with joy, with loving kindness, with great compassion and freedom. Have a wonderful evening, friends. Such love to you all. And we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully 6 p.m. And enjoy your practice as you go. Rest easy. See you later. Namaste.